Hello everybody, welcome back to FUG. I am the owner of Pillbox. Today we will be going over DevNotes 2 out of 3. So this is the second to last DevNote before Season 3 is released. And Season 3 has a absolute ton of changes, new additions and modifications, some of which we're going to be going over today. Again, as I said in the first one, this will not be everything that we've done whatsoever. This is just some of the highlights, if you will, try to keep you guys up to date with what's been going on. You might notice we're actually starting in the main menu this time. That's actually to display the first new feature of the server, and that's the tutorial. So if you join the server for the first time, I've reset myself so it looks like this is the first time I've joined, but you'll get prompted with this: do the tutorial. The tutorial will teach you the basics. You can press yes to this and it runs you through a pretty quick tutorial, and you will receive a $12,000 reward if you do, which gives you a nice head start. Or you can just begin your adventure immediately and just press no here. Just for display, we'll be doing yes. And you see at the bottom it wants us to collect 10 iron ore, so we get our starter kit here that everybody starts with, and we go ahead and come on down here. We need to collect 10 iron ore, and as you see, it's completed. Now we can proceed to warp furnace. And here the warden gives you a bit of a dialogue. So this is where you smelt ores you collect in mines. Once you rent a cell, you will smelt from there. And if you want, you can go ahead and smelt your ores here. So since nobody's here, we can get this done pretty quickly. Actually, we added 3 blast furnace. Get this done pretty quickly here. And now that that's done, we can take our coal back. We can warp the shop. And now it says this is where you will sell what you mine. Sell your ingots by right-clicking on the iron ingot to sell them. Should be right-clicking on the sign. Oh, the iron ingot sell sign. I read it wrong. So we do this next. We'll just sell 16 for demonstration. And now we proceed to warp Jenga. As you know, Jenga decodes focals. We right click on Jenga with your focal. So we can use our focal here. Got 12 pickaxe coins. Now we can proceed to warp GD. And we are prompted to enter Gold Dust Shop 1. Now we browse, then we proceed to warp help. So as you can see, this just gives the players an idea of how this server runs in terms of the Gold Dust shops, and runs them through the basic aspects of it. Go to warp help. If you get hungry, so you kill animals and cook their meat for food. Now we go to warp wood, it wants us to. And as you can see, wood. And now we just need to finish. And as you can see, console teleport us to spawn. We finished the tutorial. $12,000 been added to our account. So again, that's just a tutorial on how the basic aspects of the prison run, and hopefully kind of curve the learning curve that the server has. This is a very, in my eyes, advanced prison server. A lot of systems that you need to know the ins and outs of to progress in a timely manner. So hopefully that helps players understand what they need to do, and player retention goes up. The second thing I want to talk about is balance changes. So as we were mining here, you probably realized that this isn't the normal ratios that in season 2 the A mine had. Poophead has redone all of the ratios in all of our secret mines and our main mines for every cell block, generally reducing everything. Some of it is increased, but the size is decreased. There's all sorts of different changes, so whenever we're balancing a mine, there's a couple things we can do. Number one, we can change the percentages, so maybe less coal ore, for example, less redstone ore. Another thing we can do is we can decrease the size of the mine, so there's less minerals in there, but it still looks like a nice mine. Or number three, we can reduce how quickly they reset. So he's done a variety of all these different things based on the mines. It's all balancing stuff, and it just varies from mine to mine. But with that, he's also lowered the rank up prices. So rank up prices have been lowered in accordance to the mines. If you remember previously, you basically needed all the blocks of stuff to progress through the server. We are a non-OP server, and at season 3, we're really striving to go back to non-OP, because towards the end of season 2, it was getting kind of questionable of like, okay, are we actually non-OP, or do we just claim to be non-OP, but you have these block mines and these pickaxes that do all sorts of different things. Speaking of pickaxes, we did remove a lot of the OP pickaxes. Whenever you join the server, the list of all the ones that remain will be in /enchants. That list is not updated at this time. I haven't gotten around to do that yet. However, the pickaxes are removed already. So for instance, if we take, for example, Glowstone Blocker 3, that was, I'm trying to remember what exactly it did. I know it was the Glowstone Destroyer, but it would block any ores, and it would enhance them, I believe. That obviously has been removed. We are down to, I think, 3, maybe 4 multi-blockers in terms of pickaxes. So we're trying to go back to non-OP, just to make it a little bit more interesting for everybody that does like non-OP. And if you're playing on the server, you do like non-OP. OP prison is still very different from non-OP. Farming prices, okay, this is a thing that we're trying to be careful with. They're not all the changes are in yet, but the farming prices have been tweaked as of now. What is actually going to be done to those prices, I do not know as of now. However, just assume that farming isn't going to be the same meta as it was in season 2. So in season 2, it was cactus was the thing that you farm. Now it might be something else, something you might not expect. We're trying to balance out farming with mining, because we do like the idea of farming in your cell to generate income. However, it shouldn't outweigh your ability to go to a mine and mine out a ton of blocks, because at the end of the day, that really should be the way that you're generating a lot of your income, is mining, not necessarily while you're offline. The last feature that we're going to go over is our new, what we're calling, market system. So if you were in the server during season 1 or season 2, you are likely aware that for player trading, we use the chest shop method. Now, chest shop, 6 years ago when the server first started, was an excellent way to trade items between players. However, now it's a bit outdated. It's very outdated. It's buggy a lot of the time, and there's just not enough features in it to warrant wanting to go on farther. Not to mention that it is rather complicated. Like, if you look at how to actually make one, it really doesn't make much sense. So I have spent quite a while developing our very own chest shop / custom market system that, as far as I'm aware, is unique to only our server. I've custom coded the entire thing myself. There's probably systems like it out there, but as far as I'm aware, this one is very unique and possibly the only one that I'm aware of. So to begin, let's go ahead and head to a block. I'm going to show you guys how to make a market. You need to be in a cell that you have access to, so your cell or maybe your friend's cell or something. Start off just like normal chest shop, you put down your chest, and here's where it starts to get a bit different. You need to put the item you wish to buy or sell into the chest. So let's say, for instance, we want to buy diamond blocks. What we would do is we would place the chest down, we would put our blocks in there, and this is so the chest knows what it's selling or buying. And for in this case, it's block of diamond. Now you might be noticing that there's a bit of a flaw with this system, and that's if you want to buy something that you maybe haven't encountered before. So let's say you never owned a enhancer pickaxe. That means that you would not be able to put up a buy shop for the enhancer pickaxe. That's very complicated. That's probably the most complicated bit of the entire system, but that's just how it works. Okay, so you put the item you want to buy or sell into here. We put a sign on the chest, and on the first line you put market. So we're designating this as a market chest, and then we want to put what we intend to do with the items in here. So the diamond blocks, let's sell them. So we will sell our diamond blocks for 3,000 each, for instance. Okay, so now you can see that the shop has been created, and we are selling diamond blocks for 3,000 each. Now, normally, if you're the owner of a shop, you won't be able to interact with it. However, for testing, I have it enabled so I can show you guys how the system works and test it myself, as I'm still fine-tuning some things. So, if you were a player looking to buy diamond blocks, you'd come in here and see it. They are selling diamond blocks for 3,000 each. You open up the menu by right-clicking here, and you can see that you are buying diamond blocks. So, whenever you hover over one of these, you can see what amount you wish to buy, what the total price is going to be, and how many are left in the shop before you make your purchase. So as you can see, there's 9 in there, so we're unable to do 16, 32, or 62. However, we can do 8, and you see the message here. You've bought 8 diamond blocks for 24,000, and since we own the shop, we got notified that Philbox has bought 8 diamond blocks for 24,000. Normally you wouldn't receive the second message, or my bad, you wouldn't receive the first message, but because testing's on, we've bought and sold to ourselves, so we got 2 messages. Now let's say we want to restock our shop. So all we got to do to restock the shop, very simple. Open it, add in whatever we want, boom, we're done. Now if we right click on this again, you can see that it's back up to date. Whenever you're interacting with the shop, there's this last enter chest option, which is click to buy custom amount. So we click that, and we can type out how many we wish to buy. If you want to buy all of them, type all, and then it shows how many are in stock. So 9 are left in stock, which is correct if we were to open that. Let's go ahead and just buy all of them. So we'll type out all, and you can see we bought all the diamond blocks in there for 27,000, and it's taking it out of here. Go ahead and add that back. Now let's say we want to add a custom item unique to our server. So gold dust, for example, is a custom item in the way that, you know, we use it for gold dust shop entry. We use it for different focal trades and other things like that. Normally you wouldn't be able, with chest shop, you really wouldn't easily be able to sell this item. However, with this system, the advantage of having where you have to put in the item first comes into play. So if we put this down, and all we need to do is just put 1. All right, all we gotta do is just 1. We could put 100 in here, we can put just 1, it does not matter. We go ahead and close this. Now we can specify that market we want to buy, and how much we want to buy for. We'll buy it for 20,000 each, for instance. So as you can see here, we are currently buying gold dust for 20,000 each. It even updates the name accordingly. If I right click this, you can sell. So let's go ahead and sell 8 gold dust to ourselves. It removes it here, adds it to here, and the messages get sent, and that all works the exact same. It's the exact same, but this time we're buying, so we right click this, and now we're selling to the shop because the shop is buying. And again, you can do the custom amount. So this is all fine and dandy, but how about actually locating these shops, because with chest shop you have to go over. Let's say we're looking for coal. All right, we need to run our furnaces to smelt some ores. Whenever you're looking for a coal trade, you have to run around to each cell, and you times, you know, however many cells by 9 cell blocks. That's a lot of cells you need to check if you're looking for the best coal trades. Now there's a new system for that with our market system. We want to sell gold dust to shops, so we're looking for these because these shops are buying and we want to sell to the shops. So what we can do is we can type /market space gold dust, and as you can see here we have 2 listings, and this first listing for 20,000 each per gold dust is how much they're selling it for. As you can see, selling how much they're selling it for, and in here in a cell 10 they're selling it for 25,000 each. So if we, instead of going to a cell 11, if we go to a cell 10, we get an extra 5,000 per gold dust, meaning that this is the better trade. Now it depends on if you're buying or selling, but we have a ascending or descending sorting order. So in the event of selling, we always want to know where we can get the most amount of money for whatever we're selling. And in this case, gold dust, we want to sell for most, so we want this one first. And as you can see, this one's located in a cell 11 as opposed to a cell my bad, a cell 10 instead of a cell 11. So a cell 11 and a cell 10, there happens to be a conveniently placed gold dust buying location for 25,000 each. Now if we want to buy gold dust, all we have to do is change, we still do the same command. We do market gold dust, and instead of sell we set it to buy, but there are no listings, so nothing pops up here. But if there were, you would be able to sort it however you want, and go to the corresponding location. Keep in mind that this also will display shops you don't have access to. So for instance, in the case of gold dust, if this said B cell 10 and you were only A, you couldn't get here yet, so you'd have to work your way up. This is just really to help players that maybe are on during off times and don't, because previously if you wanted to find something, it was always word of mouth, like, hey, I'm selling this, hey, this person sells this, I'm looking for this, let me know if you see this. Now you can do it all on your own. All you got to do is just set up your shops, and players will find them much easier and be able to use them. I hope that this has explained markets pretty well. It's kind of a complicated system. I would like to do its own separate tutorial on it, but for now I think that this will suffice for a bit of a preview of it. If you have any recommendations for anything in the server, it doesn't have to be involving markets, it could be for anything. Please join our Discord and put it inside the suggestions channel. We always take those into account. We always read them, and we'd love to hear your guys' feedback.